Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at Bitcoin once again um, and its valuations against the US dollar. Remember, if you do like these videos and the other videos that I make on this channel, be sure to hit the like button down below and also consider subscribing. So, with Bitcoin today, Bitcoin is down, I believe, like 2%. Yeah, 2.86%. Nothing special. It is nearing, it is nearing the 20 day moving average, which is something that we briefly talked about yesterday. And I'll just I'll throw the moving average here just so that you guys can see it. Um, make it a different color. There we go. So currently the 20-day moving average is sitting at $52,400, $500 or so, and currently we're at 55. So we're a couple $1,000s away from the 20-day moving average. But as we know, this hasn't been proven of consistent support as of recent. We do see instances like here where we saw it hold as support, but the last two times it broke through. Nevertheless, it still rallied to higher highs. In this case, this break went up to 57,000, and then this one up to 61. So don't put much stock into the 20-day. However, we should always be aware of where the 20-day is, because things are very bullish. Sentiment's very bullish when Bitcoin's over the 20-day. Altcoins are very bullish, or still have hope in that case, and that's generally a good thing. So with the 20-day right now, we're still above it. Still, things are still looking good, and we'll see if we break through it. What's interesting here is that the when we see the 20-day start trending up again, like here, and then the space between the price, or in this case the prior all-time high, and the 20-day gets smaller, is when we see a move, so to speak, when we see a move to the breakdown and then another high. The highs are getting lower, or getting smaller. Regardless, it's still pushing all-time highs. But if we measure, I guess, the price between breaks of the 20-day. Okay, this one was 123%. If we're measuring it from the 20-day, this is 71%. And from the break from this 20-day, we're that's a 23%. So you could see that the moves are getting smaller. That doesn't mean like Armageddon or anything. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it's Bitcoin's having a harder time. Obviously, because the price is getting bigger, the market cap's getting bigger. It takes more dollars to move the price. But in essence, I mean, this is the daily chart, but when we zoom out, this has been an incredible run even for Bitcoin, and we're talking the largest market cap coin in the space, and it is having a hard time. So a bounce here is still on the table. However, a break down through the 20-day, perhaps even going lower than the corrections that we've recently had, is also on the table. But as of right now, it really seems like Bitcoin volatility is getting lower. Um, yes, we're pushing all higher highs, but the moves to the upside are getting smaller. This is only a 30% move. It's a 30% move, and it's smaller in comparison to the other moves as of recent. Um, Another thing to consider is that if Bitcoin continues to stay at the $60,000 level, that's a price discovery Bitcoin, and we can go to the upside real quick, which is not good for altcoins. However, when I say volatility is getting lower, that's the key word of altcoins should do well. So we see that the moves to the upside are getting smaller. The currently to the moves to the downside are also getting smaller. If we capped it right here, the drop from 61 to now is smaller than the prior one of 57 to 34 or 43, and then that's smaller than the move of 42,000 down to 20 28 29, right? So the volatility is getting lower. Bitcoin's not moving as much. So what happens if you look to my right? Altcoins start to rally. You see Ethereum up 1%. You see Chainlink up 7.5%. See Uniswap up 3%. Basic attention token continuing the run up 3% from yesterday. Celsius up, even Cardano's up, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You get the picture. So when Bitcoin volatility goes down, when we don't have major drops or we don't have major rallies over a longer period of time, altcoins start to do well. I think that because tension is so high, I mean, altcoins have been waiting for a stagnant Bitcoin for months. That any kind of instance of a whiff of that, you see confidence go back into altcoins. Everyone's trying to chase the buck, and here we are, already have our positions set. For Chainlink, for example, or for Uniswap, we already have our positions long ago, and we're just enjoying the ride. Another thing to take a look at is the Bitcoin dominance chart. So with the Bitcoin dominance chart, it has been extremely range bound for the past couple months. I mean, ever since the end of January, beginning of February, here we are in the middle of March. We have been in this range. We have been in the range of, as high as, well, I could do it from the wick here, as high as 64%, 64 and change, to as low as 59.66, 59.7. It's a pretty big range, and we've been ranging bound ever since. When I flip it to the weekly, however, we were talking about a moving average that uh, I think is going to be significant, is the 140-week moving average. As you can see here, this was the line of support of Bitcoin dominance where it rallied back and we saw Bitcoin move up. And this was the peak of like the DeFi bubble, mini bubble, I guess you could say. It also acted as resistance while Bitcoin was moving up during 2019. It corrected back down and then ultimately broke through it. Here we are at this moving average again. The past 3 weeks, we broke 3 weeks ago. We broke below it. We closed below it, but the week after, or last week, we rallied 1.67 percentage points on the chart. And that brought us to close above that moving average that week. And then this week, we drop 1.4 percentage points on the chart, bringing us below the moving average yet again. So this is some pretty uh, um, quirky stuff here. And again, I think if we're able to be below the 140-week moving average, I think there's more downside on the dominance chart, i.e., all coins start to move. And oh my God, like Chainlink's already at 8.65%. This is pretty. It's pretty cool to see live with you guys. But that's what I'm trying to say is that Bitcoin dominance is kind of flipping on and off here, but once it decides to stick to one side, we'll have a clearer picture of what the fate of altcoins in the short term are. And when I mean short term, I mean on a weekly basis. So even a short term on the weekly basis is 3-4 weeks, um, which is a month. Okay, so not short term as in tomorrow. Just want to preface that, but we're below the moving average. This is good. We want it to be below the moving average. You could call this last 2 weeks a misnomer because we're pretty much at the same level as we were 3 weeks ago. So there you have it. Anyway, that's all for today, you guys. Keep an eye on Bitcoin. If it doesn't make any sudden drops of like 10%, I think we're great. If it doesn't make any 10% moves to the upside, I think we're also great. And if it continues on like this, where Bitcoin's in a slow bleed, or in a slow rally, all coins are definitely going to catch up and outpace Bitcoin, um, following through with the Bitcoin dominance chart where it breaks through the 140-week. There's a lot of things going for altcoins right now, and I'm here for it, but keep in mind that it doesn't have to happen. Bitcoin can decide to crash, and our portfolios will really suck, or Bitcoin will decide to rally, and our portfolios will suck less, obviously, because our dollar value would probably go up, but our Bitcoin value of our portfolio will go down, most likely. Anyway, that's all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.